Hello everyone, it's Amanda Bach with Bachstar Stamping. Welcome to my Tuesday night live. I'm back. Woo-hoo-hoo. So I was directing a musical and it went amazingly and yeah, very excited. But it's over now, so that means I actually have time to do this thing at night called craft. So I'm really excited about that. A few things to share with you. First of all, let me get this off. So my name is Amanda Bach with Bachstar Stamping. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the United States. This is the March host code. If you'd like to place an order at stampinup.com and your order is under $150, please be sure to use this code so that I can thank you. If your order is over $150, please don't use this code because you will get all the host benefits. Also, any order over $50 gets a special thank you in the mail from me the following month. Alrighty. When you hop on, please say hi so I can say hello to you. The paper pumpkin for March is called Beyond the Horizon, and it closely coordinates with the New Horizons Designer Series paper, which I'm grabbing right here, which I know I've shown you in, oh, there's my chapstick. I've shown you in a previous video, just gorgeous watercolor scenes. It is in the mini catalog right now. It very closely resembles this style of watercolor. You can make whatever you'd like, but you can also make their cards as suggested. But what I also like about it is on the back side, it gives you some alternative projects. Plus, it shows you how to find more alternative projects. And I won't say my alternative projects for this month are, incredibly difficult or wow, but I just want to give you some options. What I liked about this set is it came with the usual. Ooh, I've got some. I die cut. Here, I'll show you what it is. I die cut this out. You see the little holes? Some of them must have got on the stamp set. That's what those are. Anyway, great stamp set. I really like it. But in this particular one, they gave us a free stamp set, which you can tell I've used in some pinks and some reds because it's stained, but it still works. I also want to show you something. So I cut this one off. Okay, there was enough room with my X-Acto knife. I could get in there and cut that off. And if I want it to be a whole image again, I just put it on the block together. And I did that with this one as well. So the card I'm going to show you so you can see how I just used the one. Now these are the leftover bits I have from making the cards that I did. I still have some ribbon. I still have a few die cuts. I still have a few gems. I'm not going to get rid of these. I'm going to use them. Oh, hey, Betty. All right, so that's what's left of my kit. Betty, did you get your kit yet? All right. So before I show you my projects, I want to talk about this. The annual catalog. Tomorrow, demonstrators get the retiring list. So this catalog is good until, it always says on the back, May 4th, okay? No, sorry, May 2nd, May 2nd, sorry, May 2nd, May 2nd. We get the retiring list. So here's what that means. There are products in here that will be in the next annual catalog, but Stampin' Up, can't, add new products without taking things away. So they let us know tomorrow what will be taken away, what will not also appear in next year's, this year's really annual catalog, and some of them will be on sale. So just letting you know that I will post that on my Facebook page so you all will know. And those items, once it's posted, are while supplies last. So if there's anything you're still wanting in this annual catalog, I highly, highly suggest you place an order as soon as possible because once they are gone, they are gone. In particular, the in-color items. Let me get to that. The in-colors, every year, Stampin' Up! Releases 5 new in-colors. And they're more on trend colors. Okay, so these 5 right here were from 2020 to 2022, so they will be retiring. You will no longer be able to get these as of May 2nd, which actually usually these are gone long before May 2nd. So if you like the cardstock or the ink pad or make sure you get a refill if you're going to get an ink pad. These will be around till next year, but I did get the names of the 2022 through 2024. Okay, Sweet Sorbet. It's kind of a really like watermelony sorbet color. That one's going to be awesome. Parakeet Party reminded me a lot of Lemon Lime Twist. Tahiti Tide or sorry, Tahitian Tide. Okay, seriously, if Stampin' Up asked me what color to bring back, I would have said Tempting Turquoise. And yeah, it's very similar to that one. So I'm really excited to see that one. Starry Night is a nice blue, and Orchid Oasis is kind of a purpley blue. So those will be the new in colors. The mini catalog goes through, let's see here. See, it's always on the back. June 30th. All right. So we're going to be playing with this stamp set right here in just a second. Okay, it's called Kite Delight. But first, I want to show you my paper pumpkin alternative projects. Okay, so I wanted to keep it simple. This one I didn't want to mess with too much. So I just stamped Thinking of You. And then these birds were from another stamp set I had. Might be Sailing Home, actually. And I just stamped them in a Misty Moonlight. And so on the inside, I will stamp something, you know, but I didn't want to quite yet. So for this particular pattern, I did it for all 3 of those cards, I believe. Yeah, I liked that. Just simple, quick. I can send this in the mail, no problem. Super quick, Thinking of You. And that's in the stamp set that was in the Paper Pumpkin kit. Next, I'll show you what I did with these. All right, there's the other one. Okay, so none of them are exactly the same. They're all similar-ish. All right, so I took the Pale Papaya little circle die cut with a green, I think that was Old Olive. I stamped the Thinks on the long one, and then I stamped off once using Old Olive on the sides just to give it a little bit of something. Okay, and then this nice die cut here. This one I did on the shorter die cut label. I popped it up on dimensionals, and I added some of the gems that came with the kit. This one I kind of did a combination of those. All right, so it's really up to you what you want to do. You can make it as the picture suggests, or, you know, I kind of spiced it up a little bit, did my own thing. All right, and then there was one more in there, kind of a geometrical pattern on the background. I had some fun with this one. Okay, so let's talk about this one. There's some mountain die cuts, and I am going to go visit someone in the mountains soon, so I thought this would be a great thank you card once I have visited that person. So the Paper Pumpkin kit comes with this white, I don't know if you can see, yeah, you can see, it's embossed, this piece of white here, and then this Misty Moonlight die cut, and I popped it up on dimensionals. This one is crooked, yes, I know, but I'm like, you know what? I don't think the person's going to be like, you know what, that's crooked. I don't want that. I don't think they're going to be like that. I added some ribbon on the white die cut. So actually for these, you know what? I don't think I added anything that wasn't in the kit. Usually I add something that wasn't in the kit. Everything I'm using was in the kit. All right, so those are my Paper Pumpkin alternative projects. Nothing crazy amazing. Just showing you can spice it up a little bit your own way. And then I want to show you a card I made using that free stamp set that's in there. So it's a 2-step stamp. So I stamped the background in Blushing Bride, and then I used Melon Mambo and Granny Apple Green for the leaves. I matted it on Granny Apple Green. This paper is in the annual catalog. Every color family comes with 6x6 paper. The Celebrate is also in that stamp set. And then I die cut this with the seasonal labels dies. They were in last year's holiday catalog. But I liked it because it fit it perfectly. Then on the inside, sending you birthday wishes. And that's what I mean. I cut apart. So this flower right here, there's enough room that you can cut it, your stamp right there. And that's what I did to create that one. And then I also did it on the envelope as well. That way, you know, the envelope's a little fancy. All right, let's move on to tonight's project using Kite Delight, which was a stamp set I saw in the mini catalog. And I was like, you know, I kind of like that, but I hadn't bought it yet. And then I did. So we're going to use it. All right, so I don't want to show you the card yet, but here's what you'll need. You will need an 8.5 by 5.5 piece of, I'm using Gorgeous Grape. You can use whatever color you would like. And I scored it at 4 1/4. So I'm going to go ahead and fold that and burnish that with my bone folder. All right, and set that aside. Next, you're going to need a scrap of baking. And I'm telling you, my internet can't handle more than one person being on the internet. So if I keep going in and out, I'm so sorry. I'm here, though. All right. Next, I'm going to grab the big kite. Let me show it to you. Kite Delight. You have 4 kites to choose from. I'm going to grab this biggest one, and I'm going to stamp it in Gorgeous Grape. All right, so I'm going to sit down to do that. But first, I'm going to grab my Stampin' Pierce mat, which I like to do for photopolymer stamps. Okay. So I'm going to ink it up here. There we go. And stamp it. Give it a few seconds. I like to hold my paper down when I lift my stamp off. Okay, and while I've got the Gorgeous Grape out, I've also got a 1/2-inch strip here. It's just scrap that I had from some other stuff. And I'm going to stamp the Wishes for a Carefree Day on it. And I'm not going to worry about if it's perfectly centered on the strip, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the other side brand new snips. I just got them. Oh, they're brand new. Okay, so I'm going to do this and make it about even. You see, that's about even. Because I'm going to use my Banner's Pick-a-Punch, and I'm going to, let's see, I want this one. I like to go from the back so I can really see. I get it centered, and then punch. Turn it around, get it centered. There we go. So I've got my greeting done with that one. And while I've got my Gorgeous Grape out, I'm going to go ahead and do my inside of my card. I'm going to do this one right here, this kite. And I'm going to put it kind of like, oh, hold on, almost forgot this. You don't have to have it, but I think quite often it really does help your image look better. Okay, then I'm going to give that kite has a tail. These beautiful little ribbons here. There we go. All right, I'm going to stand up to stamp this one. There we go. And then I want the inside to say, another year flies by, happy birthday. So these are all things from the Kite Delight stamp set. And I don't know if anyone that you know has a spring birthday, but this would be perfect for that. And I think somehow I got some ink right there. You know what I'm going to try to do? I'm going to see if my sand eraser works on it. And if it doesn't, I'm going to not let it bother me. All right, so you can find these on Amazon or craft stores. Mono sand eraser. I'm going to see if I can get that little spot off. I like to go back and forth and then go back and forth the other way. What it's really doing is sanding off the top layer of paper, so you don't want to go crazy. Otherwise, you're going to have a hole. All right, that's good enough for me. Okay, you know, while we're at it, I'm just going to go ahead and glue it on the inside of my card. And I do like to use our Tombow Mono Liquid Glue, multi-purpose glue. I love it. It's very economical. You don't need a lot. And your cards don't fall apart. That is always... All right, so next I'm going to use Magenta Madness, which I absolutely love. So I'm going to miss this color a lot. And I'm going to use the little flowery kite with this one. And again, don't worry about the placement of these because we're going to cut these out. And that's all for that one. Then I'm going to use my Bermuda Bay. You know me in bright colors. I love bright colors. We're going to use Bermuda Bay. We're going to use this one. Okay. Then I'm going to color a little bit with my blends before I cut them out. So for the purple one, what I've decided to use is the Fresh Freesia Light. And I'm gonna come in and color the stripes and the dots with that. Okay, so imagine that. For the Magenta Madness, I'm gonna use my dark Daffodil Delight. And I'm gonna color in all the centers. So imagine those are all done. I'm gonna color the background with Flirty Flamingo Light. Okay, so I just want you to imagine this is all done, so you don't have to sit here and watch me color all this. I'll just get started, okay? So imagine what that's gonna look like. Then I'm gonna use Pool Party Dark, and I'm going to color in every other square in this one more triangle. Okay, so imagine that's done, okay? Then I'm gonna take my snips and cut them out. Well, looky here. They're already done. Amazing. Amazing. All right, so let's work on our card front. I don't figure you need to sit there and watch me color. All right, so what I like to do is this cloud. I love this cute little cloud. And I thought the cloud looked good in Smoky Slate rather than black. I kind of want to keep it a little, I don't know, more cheery, really. So I'm going to put a happy little cloud over here. I'm going to put another happy little cloud over here. And another happy little cloud right about there. Now we need a sun, right? We need a sun. We are flying our kite on a sunny day. So I've got my Daffodil Delight and the sun, which is on this one, okay? I'm gonna put it right up here. There we go. All right, so I've got my background so far. Next, with my light pool party now, light pool party, I'm gonna go around each of the clouds and do a little bit of outline, just a little bit of an outline, just to make them kind of have some depth, because I'm not going to put them on dimensionals, obviously, because they're on my paper. You know, you could absolutely, they aren't very hard shapes to cut out, so you could cut them out, but I'm not going to. They're just going to be on my background. Don't worry if it's not exactly perfect. All right, this just gives a little bit of a shadow effect. Almost done. All right, and then I'm going to go back on the little clouds and these little dark lines too. I'm just going to do a little bit of, just a little bit of the pool party, light pool party. I found light pool party really is nice to give some depth if you just want the appearance of a shadow, and it does lighten up as it dries. All right, next, let's get our kites. So I want this kite to go here, and I want this kite to go there, and I want this kite to go here. But here's the dealio. I want them to have strings, and I want them to have white strings because that's what a kite would have. So I found some string from an old paper pumpkin kit. I honestly don't even remember which one this is, but you could use thread, you could use baker's twine, you could use whatever you have. Just find some white string of some sort. And I'm just going to cut 3 of them. And they don't have to be exactly perfect. All right, so what I'm going to do is on the back of each one, I'm going to just use some tape. You could use a glue dot as well. I've just got some Scotch tape here. I'm just going to get a tiny little piece of tape and tape it on the back of my kite, like so. Just so the tape isn't showing on the back of the kites. All right. I love to fly kites. I haven't done that in forever. I used to always, when my daughter was little. It'd be fun. There we go. Okay. All right. Next, we're going to pop these up on dimensionals. So I'm going to start with my purple one first. The Gorgeous Grape and then the Fresh Freesia. All right. that ought to be enough. That's probably too many, but you know what? You can't have too many, right? I like to just put them in a little pile and then I sweep them off when I'm done. All right, so it's going to go up here in the air. There we go. As long as my string goes down all the way off the card, we're fine. So this Kite Delight stamp set I like because you can make this card that we're making right now, and it looks more stepped up, but you don't need any dies. You just need scissors to make it look cute. You don't even need to color the kites in necessarily too. They look really nice without them being colored in as well. All right. Totally just dropped a stamp in the garbage can. Better remember that before I empty my garbage. Ah, there we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of gather them down here at the bottom, and then I'm going to flip it over and put a piece of tape on the back just to keep them all in line. So I want that one like this. I want that one more out that way. There we go. And then that one more like that. And I'm just going to flip them over. There we go. And I'm just going to tape them. There we go. Ta-da! Now we need our greeting that we stamped, right? Wishes for a carefree day. But I will admit, if it is on here, it kind of disappears, doesn't it? So, I'm going to get my gorgeous grape back out. And I'm going to, you could also do this with a Stampin' Write marker. I'm going to just take my little thing, my little label, sentiment, there we go, sentiment. Okay, and I'm going to do this all around the edges, and that it just gives a tiny, tiny bit of purple, and it just makes it show up a little bit better. There we go. So it's going to go like this. And it's okay if it's a little bit bigger than my card base, because then it sticks over the gorgeous grape background, and I think I like the look of that. Okay, so I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to put 2 dimensionals on each side of that string. I think this is just a quick, easy card. So let's say you didn't want to cut out the kites. Absolutely, you could just omit the clouds and then just have them. Have the kites up in the air. If you have like a cloud embossing folder, that would be awesome too. I thought about that, which I do have one. I just didn't use it. Okay, now I'm going to put it on my card front with my glue, which came out a little fast there. Oh well. There we go. Wishes for a carefree day. I think that is just a very fun, springy card, and like in my favorite color combo, which is purple, some sort of a blue, and a pink. I love that color combo in any of our colors. I just love mixing them up. So I wanted to show you the other greeting that I thought would also be good. Your friendship is so uplifting. So you could put wishes for a carefree day. Your friendship is so uplifting, just as a nice hello card to a friend. But let me show you the first one I made. So the difference is, this one I used light Magenta Madness Stampin' Blend, and you can tell it's really bright. And that's fine, but it's really hard to see the polka dots. And I missed the polka dots. So what I did is I chose Flirty Flamingo for this one, so you can see the polka dots better. And then on the Bermuda Bay one, what I had done with this one is I used Dark Pool Party and Light Bermuda Bay, and it was okay, but I kind of like the white in the kite, so I left it. So there's 2 different versions of the same card. I think I did the same thing on the inside. Yes, I did. Yep, another year flies by. All right, so think you have a little bit of news, though. This machine right here, the mini Stampin' Up! Cut and Emboss machine. It's 20% off in the month of March, okay? And there are, I think, 13 different bundles in the annual catalog that are also 20% off. So go to stampinup.com for all that information. 20% off of this machine is amazing. So, whew, I might even get myself a second one. What was the other thing? I wrote it down. Hold on. Wrote it down. Where'd my paper go? Oh, so much paper over here. There we go. Oh, the in colors, I told you that. The retiring list will go live tomorrow. So I will post that when I get it so that you can know what things in the annual catalog are going to be on sale and which ones will carry over for the next annual catalog. All right, so you'll have all that information. All right, well, thank you so much for watching. All right, bye-bye.